Since the beginning of this year, almost every morning I've been taking an ice-cold shower. The interesting thing I've found over immersion is that many parallels exist between the meditation we've been doing and these cold showers. Now, you're probably wondering why I do this. Well, initially I began taking these cold showers for recovery purposes from sports and working out, and I was really uncomfortable. So then I decided to try cold showers, and that was uncomfortable as well. What I realized is that this is a great opportunity for growth. So I began taking cold showers every morning. To begin with, I was flailing my limbs, I was jittery, I was jumping up and down, trying to heat my body, and I wasn't very good at it, just like meditation for me. But I stuck with it, and after day 5 or so, I was able to relax into it and really enjoy the sensations my body felt. It wasn't really pleasant, but it felt great afterwards. And this is similar to my experience with meditation during immersion. So I've gone through some physical pain, discomfort, trying to sit for a long time, and I always want to move into a different position, and my mind is jittery, and over time, I've actually been able to relax into it in the same way. Now, being the science-minded person I am, I'm going to talk about the physiological effects and similarities cold showers and meditation have. So cold showers have a few effects. They trigger the autonomic nervous system, which raises blood pressure and therefore improves circulation. Cytokines are also released, which trigger the release of other hormones, leading down the path to an increased number of white blood cells, which actually help increase immune system function. And finally, they trigger the release of endorphins, which is a neurotransmitter that helps relieve pain and causes that runner's high. And I can attest, if I'm really mentally foggy or tired or in a depressed state in the morning, and I take a cold shower, I feel really great afterwards. And a study has actually shown that cold showers can be used as therapy to treat depression. So similarly, meditation boosts production of melatonin, which helps sleep, serotonin, which influences behavior, human growth hormone, which helps maintain bone density and muscle mass as we age, and decreases cortisol, the stress hormone, which accelerates aging. And for meditation this week, I felt great afterwards as well, and I'm really enjoying the practice and know I want to continue it. And the final thing which meditation does is increase production of GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the nervous system, which helps stabilize mood disorders. So people with anxiety, tension, insomnia, and epilepsy can have these things because they fail to produce GABA. And people who suffer from panic attacks typically have 22% lower levels of GABA than people who do not suffer from panic attacks. And the reason I say all this is because all my life I've suffered from shyness and a low level of social anxiety. Not necessarily panic attacks, but I do get uncomfortable in social situations or when I'm around a lot of people. And the funny thing is, this Friday our class went to a basketball game and also went out for lunch. So that morning we did meditation, but for me it didn't go too well. And I also forgot to do my cold shower that morning. So when we went to lunch, I was very jittery, I was up in my head, I was getting pretty anxious, in the same way at the basketball game, being around so many people. Correlation may not always imply causation, but I think my poor meditation that day and heightened social anxiety aren't a mere coincidence. I know that if I continue and stay dedicated to meditation, then my future levels of anxiety will be lower. Now, the practices of meditation and cold showers actually have some ancient roots. The Japanese used to stand under cold waterfalls and sometimes meditate, a practice called Taki-shu-gyo. Another crazy thing I found out is that the chakras, which are sometimes talked about in meditation, are actually our glands, which release the hormones and neurotransmitters I've talked about before. So the pineal gland, called the crown, which is somewhere near the brainstem, I believe, releases melatonin and serotonin. And the pituitary gland, also known as the third eye, releases endorphins and human growth hormone. So on Friday during the guided meditation, Reggie Ray told us to breathe through our toes, and I was very skeptical, to say the least. But after doing it, I really started to feel like I was breathing through the pores of all my body and my toes. I thought, wow, he's right. There's some scientific, in addition to spiritual basis to the meditation we're doing. So immersion's going super well. I've been improving my handstand pull-ups in the gym. Archery's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to talking to you all about the Matrix next week.